Quick disclaimer, this content features clips from others, but it is repurposed with my own original voiceover, commentary, and transformative edits. I am adding my own unique spin and analysis. Credit to the original creators.
Okay, story time, but this is probably the most embarrassing experience of my life. I don't think I've ever admitted it out loud. Just told my best friend today, like just today, and she thought it was absolutely hilarious, and she told me to post a story time. So I started self-exploring pretty early in life.
Okay, friend, let's hear it.
I didn't know anything about it. I feel like that's normal for a lot of girls. Literally had no idea. If you know, you know. I ended up popping my own cherry. Once again, if you know, you know. I did not know what that was. I was terrified. I was like, I'm dying. I'm done for. This is it. This is it for me. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm gonna die and my family's gonna find out and they're gonna know why I died. I've never been so mortified and ashamed in my life, right? I'm taking this so seriously. I'm going through my whole phone. I'm clearing anything my family could possibly find. Not like bad stuff, but like my friends' messages, anything to do with like social media, because I wasn't allowed to have it at the time. So anyways, I was ready to die.
Okay.
I started stealing my mom's panty liners when I realized I wasn't dying, because I was like, oh, well, can't find that, you know, can't see that, can't get that anywhere. I'm stealing these. Well, the next morning, she notices, and she's like, why are you taking these? Did you start your period? And I knew that I could not tell her that I started my period, because obviously she would know that I didn't. I was a very late bloomer in life, so I didn't start my period till very late. So I knew she would know I was lying. So I was like, crap, I can't use that excuse. So I look at this woman dead in her eyes, dead in my mom's eyes, and I go, wait, I can't say this. I don't know if I can admit this guy. Okay. I look at her and I go, I've been pooping my pants. She goes, what? And I said, I've been pooping my pants. She was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I can't control it. It's just happening. Like, I ran with it. I went with the lie. I was like, I can't back down now. We gotta push through. So then I was like, I don't know. She was like, it's just happening. And I was like, yeah. She was like, just a little bit? And I was like, yeah, just a little bit. I don't know. And she was like, that's not normal. Do you want to go see a doctor? And I was like, no. And she was like, are you sick? And I was like, maybe. She was like, okay. And that was it. We never spoke of it again. She asked me like every couple days after that. She was like, is your belly feeling better? And I was like, yeah. My mom still thinks I was just walking around like shitting myself or something. I will never. I would die. I would die if they knew. She even told my dad. She was like, yeah, Betsy's been pooping her pants. I don't know. And for some reason, I thought that was better. For some reason, I was like, this is gold, perfect excuse.
Story time about how my mom used to go to jail on the weekends, and that was my time to sneak out and have fun.
Oh, wow.
So, disclaimer, when my mom was going to jail on the weekend, I was staying with my grandma. Okay? And me and my grandma was like this. We was like this. We was right here. No matter how much it seemed like we wasn't right here, we was definitely right here, okay? So I already had knew what's up. I already had planned this or whatever, because they had asked me weeks ago to go. The boys was like, you know, come jet skiing with us. Mind y'all, this is my first motherfucking time going jet skiing on South Beach, bitch. I'm about to have a time. I'm 16, 17 years old, bitch. I'm about to go out there and have a motherfucking time.
You'll hurt her.
At first, I was hesitant. I was like, you know, who all going? They was like, oh, it's going to be other girls. It's going to be other girls. You're going to be good. You straight. Let's go. Y'all, so I'm ready, bitch. The next day, that Sunday morning, wake up, bitch. I'm like, I'm in jail. I'm about to have a motherfucking ball, bitch. I'm about to have a ball. Okay, y'all, so we get there. We having fun. I'm on a jet ski, y'all. Then flip off the jet ski. I'm having a good time. Like, bitch, I'm living it up. Okay, I'm living it up. So one of the boys who was there, who I was on a jet ski with, he had then crashed the jet ski. So mind y'all, I'm gonna get out of jail at 6 o'clock. It's 4:50. I'm like, all right, y'all. when we about to go. And I'm trying to be mature because obviously everybody else around me was kind of like in my age range, but like 18. So I'm just like, all right, y'all, when we finna go, they like, we finna go, chill, vibe. So I'm vibing, bitch. It done hit 5 o'clock, bitch. Now I feel like I'm feeling a little kidnapped. Let's go. So we had to return the jet ski, so we couldn't even leave because the boy had to pay on the spot for the jet ski because he hadn't crashed the fucking jet ski. Y'all, I'm sick. It's 5:15 at this point. So I'm like, oh my God, like, when we finna go? So the boy didn't pay for the jet ski, y'all. We finally in the car. We about to go. Y'all, we about to go. The motherfucking car won't crank. Mind y'all, they in Audis and shit. I'm like, oh my God, they done got these bitches from Split Splash. If you're from Miami, bitch, you know what Split Splash is. So I'm like, oh my God. So I called my favorite cousin, Tasha. I love you, cousin, so much because you saved my motherfucking life. So I called my cousin. I'm like, can you please give me an Uber from South Beach? Could you please give me an Uber from South Beach? Y'all, my cousin had to send me that motherfucking money. The Uber was like $45. Y'all, I'm in a car. At this point, it's 5:30. Y'all, South Beach from Florida City is like 45 minutes if you don't know how to drive. It's 20 minutes if you got to drive. If you know how to drive. I'm like, oh my God, my mama finna be out of jail. She finna call my phone. Y'all, the Uber ain't get to me till like 5:50. I'm like, oh my God, I got 10 minutes, y'all. My mama blowing my motherfucking phone, blowing my phone up. I'm like, oh my God. And my grandma is a real one. She had to call my grandma's phone too, but my grandma ain't answering the phone. Y'all, when I tell y'all I ran in that motherfucking house, I never ran in that house no more. I jumped in the bed, bathing suit on, I don't give a fuck. I played sleep. Yeah, that was a story time how I used to go out and my mom used to go to jail on the weekends.
Every single time I post a video about my parents, without fail, I get a comment being like, God, your mom hates you. Guys, I know. I know. So let's talk about some things that she did that honestly let me know that she was not very fond of me. Number one, when I hit like 4th or 5th grade, when I would draw things for my mom, I would give them to her. And then later on that evening, I would go and I would find those drawings in the trash. Like my school projects and stuff she would keep. If I like drew her a card or something, like 9 times out of 10, I was finding that in the trash can later.
Oh, hell nah.
And it's not even about her like throwing them away. It was just the fact that she threw them away like when I was able to see it, or like didn't even take out the trash afterwards. They were just left on top for me to see. It may not sound that serious, but like as a 9, 10, 11-year-old, I was very sad to see that my mom like did not want the gifts that I made her. Next one is she did not come to like any of my school stuff after like 7th grade. So like any kind of recitals and stuff that I had, she just would not show up. Even if like I told her like, hey, I have a solo, like I would really like it if you would come. She'd be like, no, sorry, I actually have to stay home and cook dinner for everybody else. And the fact that she chose to come to literally none of it until I think my junior year piano recital, and that was the only thing in high school that she came to, I think, actually besides my play, but that was only because I literally worked on that for like 6 months. But like my last concert of the entire like year, my last time singing in front of anybody, like I told her, I was like, Mom, please come. Like, and she was like, okay, I will. And then she did not come. But yet there were so many times in high school where she was suspicious that I wasn't actually doing like my play and stuff, or like I wasn't actually at a recital. She would send my dad up to the school. He didn't come in or anything. Like he would just check to see if I was there and go home. The next thing is compliments. Literally anytime I would get a compliment in front of my mom would either be like, oh, well, that's actually really common. Like one time I got a compliment on like how pretty my eyes were. And my mom was like, we all have blue eyes. Everybody in this family has blue eyes. It was just,
oh, wow.
it's like, dang girl, like I can't have a compliment. Like you really have to come over here and try and make my compliment seem less than because we all have blue eyes. Let me know if you guys want more, and that's everything. Bye guys.
My mama used to think she was doing something, putting me out the house. Girl, you know how many niggas want me to go over their house to spend the night?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
So boom, I used to have to jump from house to house because when I was 3 months, first of all, my mama gave me up for adoption. The bitch never wanted me anyway. I all of a sudden turned 12 and she learned I know how to clean up real good. The bitch want me to come back home. Not for real, my adopted mama started doing crack. But
My question is,
that's neither here nor there. So if I wasn't cleaning up and I was getting on my mama nerves, she used to just put me the fuck out. Didn't care what I had on, if I had on shoes or not. And my older brother used to whoop my ass. So I used to, try to get the fuck up out of there. Or one time she had put me out. It was the middle of the motherfucking night. I called my mans to come and get me. And I was the type to keep a couple niggas or two because you never know when I needed somewhere to stay, unfortunately. And when I tried to stay over my family house, they used to just side with my mom because the bitch used to always say I was lying or whatever. So boom, I go over one of my dudes' house or whatever. And I spend the night. I'm talking about just got my back broke in. About 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Boom, 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 boom. I'm thinking I'm dreaming, right? I'm like, who the fuck at the door? I wake him up. I said, babe, somebody at your door. Then I start hearing that motherfucker, boom, boom, boom. Then she, I know you in there. I said, whoa. I'm up in this bitch booty ball butt naked. He like, I told this bitch not to fucking come over here. So he put his shorts on, he go downstairs and he opened the door. Girl, I start getting dressed immediately because I didn't know if I was gonna beat nobody ass or what. Cause me and her done got into it a couple times because she know about me, right? Girl, I see her a whole bunch of commotion downstairs. She falling, whacked his ass with some glass breaking, bitch, punches getting thrown. They was down there going through it. She must have started whooping his ass because I hear her coming upstairs. I'm standing there like, bitch, what up? And you got Angel up here? Bitch, how the fuck you know what I look like? So you really get to go choose this bitch out for me? And I'm just sitting up there smirking like, first of all, because this ain't got nothing to do with me until she tried to put her hands on me, right? Girl, he came up them stairs and tore her ass loose. I was talking about grabbed her by her hair, slammed her on the ground, spun that bitch in a circle like she was a motherfucking helicopter or ragdoll, bitch. I said, oh, I got to stop fucking with people of this nature and like, no bullshit. This is crazy as hell. I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
So one time my mom took me to a trap house instead of to school.
My question is why?
Literally had me get in the car with her as if she was going to drive me to school, but instead drove directly past my school and into the sketchiest looking trailer park I've ever seen in my entire life. She drove to the back of that park and parked in front of the most rundown trailer in there and made me sit there with her for hours while we watched the addicts go in and out of that trailer. And she told me that if I did not change the way I was behaving, that was going to be my future because I had just gotten caught in a car with people I should not have been in a car with, doing things that they should not have been doing in that car. And I come from a family of addicts, and she was afraid that if I tried any of that stuff even once, I was going to go down that hole and I was never going to be able to recover from that. And so I had to sit out there with her for hours watching these people. And honestly, it scared me so bad that I never touched a drug in my entire life. I had never even seen any until recently. My local cops just did this big meth bust, and they were so proud of their little haul that they posted it online for everybody to see. And I went and I looked at the meth, and I was so shocked because I always envisioned it looking something like tar because I saw what it did to those people coming in and out of that trap house, right? But it did not look like tar. It looked like crystals, which I guess is probably why it's called crystal meth. But the entire time I'm sitting there looking at that meth, admiring how pretty it is, and I'm thinking, thank God my mom took me to that trap house when I was a teenager.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and share this juicy story time.